I call this meeting of the Monticello City Council to order. Would you please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? Remain standing as Rodney Burst leads us in prayer.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, thank you so much for bringing us together to make decisions for our city. Give us wisdom and peace and thoughtfulness as we make decisions. Be with our mayor as he's recovering from his knee surgery. We thank you, praise for all this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Mayor Stoner is absent tonight. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion for nomination of Alderman to serve as Mayor Pro Tem.
I nominate Mr. Tom Reed.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reed?
Present.
Mr. Woodham?
Here.
Mr. Carey?
Here.
Lively? Here. Ms. June?
Here.
Mr. Burrs?
Here.
Mr. Broderick? Mr. Kuhn?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public participation, in-person participation. This is an opportunity for the public to provide public comment to the presiding officer. Those wishing to speak are required to sign in prior to commencement of the meeting and must address council from the seating table provided. The public comments must comply with ordinance 2014-02 and be limited to 5 minutes or less. Chief, anybody? None? Thank you. Remote participation. This is an opportunity for the public to provide public comment to the presiding officer. The public comments must comply with ordinance 2014-02 and be limited to 5 minutes or less. At this time, the members of the public are able to attend public meetings by web conference and to submit public comment by email, voicemail, or through web conference. Maura, anybody?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Thank you. I just had a quick question. I've had several people contact me and inquire as to the Kirby Medical Center redevelopment agreement. And I just thought maybe you might want to touch on that and let the people know what that is. That's $500,000. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Robin, I believe you have a letter that you wanted to read this evening. Thank you.
City of Monticello alderpersons, I want to express my gratitude for your service to my community. It is a thankless job, but some of us appreciate you making yourself available and up to the task. I never say anything, but I feel I need to comment. Yes, I have a golf cart. I want to address the upcoming decision on golf carts. Every time I hear someone say something, something is dangerous, I wonder if there is foundation for it. Turns out golf carts are not dangerous when operated properly. It always comes down to the operator of the vehicle, and you cannot govern stupidity. This is no different. In this case, just because someone says it's unsafe, it really isn't. The police chief can confirm that there have been 0 golf cart accidents for 5 years that they've been allowed. I want to present to you facts I gleaned from the magic of the internet. Golf cart communities offer benefits such as improved social connections, environmental advantages, and convenience for residents. These communities foster a neighborly atmosphere through slower, more interactive travel, while electric carts reduce noise and local emissions. They also provide a practical and affordable transportation option for local errands, making communities more accessible and creating a distinct lifestyle. Social and lifestyle benefits. Increased community engagement. Slower speeds make it easier for residents to interact, chat, and build a stronger sense of community. More relaxed atmosphere. The quiet and leisurely nature of golf cart travel creates a more peaceful and less stressful environment than traditional car traffic. Enhanced accessibility. Residents can easily access local amenities like shops, restaurants, and parks, promoting an active and engagement lifestyle. Fun and recreation. Geez. Golf carts can be used for leisure, recreation, and community events like parades, adding to the overall environment of living there. Overall enjoyment of living there. Environmental and cost benefits. Reduce emissions. Electric golf carts produce zero local emissions, contributing to better air quality. Lower noise pollution. The quiet operation of electric carts makes for a more peaceful neighborhood. Cost saving. Golf carts have lower maintenance and fuel costs because they're electricity compared to gasoline-powered cars. Convenience and accessibility benefits. Short distance travel. They are an ideal and efficient way to run short errands or travel around the neighborhood without needing a larger vehicle. Easy to operate. Their simple operation makes them a great transportation option for a wide range of residents, including seniors. Reduce traffic congestion. By using golf carts for local travel, fewer traditional cars are on the road, which can improve traffic flow. It also turns out golf carts are good for the environment, especially electric models, because they produce zero emissions, have a smaller carbon footprint, and reduce noise pollution compared to gas-powered vehicles. While gas-powered carts have environmental drawbacks, electric carts offer a more substantial alternative for transportation. If we hear they are dangerous, remember, we have had zero golf cart accidents in the city since carts have been allowed. Bicycles statistically are worse. There is no single minimum age. It's recommended that children under 10 primarily ride on sidewalks, but they don't have to. A study from the National Electronic Injury Surveillance System from 2023 revealed that golf carts cause about 500 reported injuries to people in the United States. In that same 2023 year, bicycles accounted for 2,599 bicyclists were injured in Illinois. 354 of those injuries were severe. Turning off the Facebook will help you. There is no safety issue. There is no basis for their concern. They don't like it because they don't have one. Should it actually become a problem, have confidence that our police will bring it up for you all to consider at that point. Jim and Tara Gabarsik.
Thank you. Consent agenda. Approval of documents and action items as listed. A claims report, claims dated October 15, 2025 through October 27, 2025. Meeting minutes, city council meeting minutes, October 14, 2025. Budget report, September 2025. Resolution 25-72 designated city holidays and city council meeting dates for fiscal year 2026. Can I have a motion to approve these, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Woodham?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Lively?
Yes.
Ms. Yoon?
Yes.
Mr. Burris?
Yes.
Mr. Kuhn?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Mayor's report, there is none this evening. Old business, nothing. New business. Resolution 2025-73, a resolution authorizing the execution of the IMLRMA minimum max contribution agreement. Maura, this is yours, I believe.
Like Mr. Reed said, this is authorizing our min-max contribution with the IMLRA. It renews it. We do this every calendar year. It's for the liability and workman's comp coverage. This year, the premium went up just shy of 3%. So in order to do this, we have to give Larry the permission to sign the min-max program. And we do it a little bit early so we can take advantage of the 1% early pay discount. So it's recommended the city council discuss and approve resolution 2025-73 as submitted.
Thank you. Could I have a motion to approve this, please? Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Mr. Reed?
Yes?
Mr. Woodham?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Lively?
Yes.
Ms. Yoon?
Yes.
Mr. Burris?
Yes.
Mr. Kuhn?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Ordinance 2025-74, an ordinance amending the Title 7, Chapter 78 of the City of Monticello Code of Ordinances to prohibit non-highway and low-speed vehicles on Bridge Street west of Foothill Road / Railroad Street. Harry, please.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A little bit of background. 2015, the City Council adopted regulations governing non-highway vehicles and low-speed vehicles with approval of ordinance 2015-14. That ordinance allows for a low-speed vehicle, which is any four-wheeled vehicle with a maximum speed greater than 20 miles per hour, but not greater than 25 miles per hour, that conforms with the federal motor vehicle safety standards, and non-highway vehicles, which are motor vehicles not specifically designed to be used on a public highway, including an all-terrain vehicle, golf cart, off-highway motorcycle, and a recreational off-highway vehicle to operate on the streets under city jurisdiction of speeds not greater than 35 miles per hour with proper registration with the City of Monticello. On August 11 of this year, the City Council approved ordinance 2025-56, which adjusted the speed limit to 35 miles an hour on Bridge Street from Front Street westerly to 800 feet northwest of the intersection of Bridge Street and Old Route 47. The passage of that ordinance automatically allowed these vehicles, low-speed vehicles and non-highway vehicles to operate on this section of Bridge Street because it's 35 miles or less. And I'd like to reiterate the reasoning for adjusting that speed had nothing to do with these types of vehicles. We investigated it, staff investigated it, and determined that safety reasons were the reason to adjust that speed limit. During the October 14th, 2025 City Council meeting, Alderman Kuhn and Alderwoman Lively requested an ordinance prohibiting these types of vehicles along this specific section of Bridge Street be placed on an upcoming agenda for consideration by the City Council. So at that meeting, I mentioned that 2 council members can request something on the agenda, so we are tonight. If a vote of yes would approve prohibiting these types of vehicles west of Bridge, Foothill and Railroad Street, a vote of no would allow these types of vehicles on that stretch of Bridge Street. It is recommended the City Council discuss and take action on ordinance 2025-74.
Thank you. Could I have a motion, please, on ordinance 2025-74?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion.
Well, I mean, I appreciated the letter from the Grabarczyks, but I mean, I think my thought is if that's true on streets where it makes sense to have golf carts, which is most city streets. I mean, people tend to use them safely and appropriately, but in driving down Bridge Street, I can't imagine what could happen. I think we're fighting a potential really bad situation if we've got golf carts coming up and down that street.
I think we're cutting the town in half by doing this. If we're going to have the 35 and under speed limit, then we allow that section of town to be able to have access to the main part of town. I would almost hesitate to guess that we've probably had an increase in the amount of golf cart purchases, registrations, since this ruling has been passed. Maura, do you happen to have any idea what we're looking at, maybe from people on that side of town? How many have added? Any idea? 30? Just since this has happened? Okay. So in a 2-month period of time, we've had additional people on the west side of town have applied stickers and or purchased vehicles to be able to access both sides. Apparently, they're willing to take the risk.
Two things. One, have we seen an increase in accidents?
No.
Golf carts. That's one. Two, if the argument is that the person on the golf cart is unsafe, I would counter with, I personally feel that motorcycles are unsafe, right? And you take an assumed risk every time you get on a motorcycle to drive any stretch of road. If the lower speed limit is the issue, I will say that last Friday, I took a group of kids over to D-Land for a career fair, which was fantastic. And on the way back, we caught a piece of farm implement right as we came off of the bridge. And that farm implement was going about 25 miles an hour. And I followed it all the way from the time that I picked it up at County Farm Road all the way into the stoplight. They took up a lane plus the traffic coming in the opposite direction had to move over to the side because they were in that left-bound lane. And when they got to the stop sign or the stoplights, they were taking up 100% of their lane and so much that I could not get into the right lane to pass them until they proceeded through the intersection. To me, that's a bigger safety concern when it comes to cars piling up or cars, being followed in. So if the concern is for the safety of the other drivers, I think it's comparable to what we're experiencing with farm implements. But the difference is those golf carts can move over and allow cars to pass, which they typically do. And there's plenty of room for that to take place. And if the concern is for those who are on the golf carts, that's an applied risk that they take when they get in the golf cart, much like somebody who gets on a motorcycle
Or bicycle.
or a bicycle.
And there's no age limit on somebody riding a bicycle across Bridge Street, is there?
When there's an option, they can ride bicycles on the bike path.
That is correct.
I have a few thoughts. So first, I appreciate also the Grabarzik's letter, but the issue is not being able to allow golf carts in the community. It's one road. So the whole letter seemed to consist of wording that indicates we don't think that they have value. So people have been driving in town. Secondly, I have got kids that fly up and down my street all the time that are 13 and 14-year-olds driving a golf cart. And three, no one ever said anything about accidents. It's keeping the potential of an accident happening on Bridge Street. And, Ryan, you brought up the farm thing the last time too. And that's like, to me, it's apples and oranges. Farm implements, they go through town because they're going to different farms. So you're going to get their tractors fixed at the place across from Lucia's, so and that's seasonal as well. So I don't feel like bringing up farm implements is the same issue because farmers have to get to their fields, whereas a golf cart that's not a requirement that someone has to drive a golf cart to get somewhere. They can drive a vehicle or take a bike path if they're on a bicycle. And there's different expectations. If you're on a motorcycle, you have to get a license to drive a motorcycle. While they're not safe, that's also preference. Whereas a golf cart, any random Joe can get into a golf cart and just start driving it. So,
So they have to be licensed with the driver's license.
yeah, but I see 13 and 14-year-olds buzzing up and down my street all spring and summer who are clearly underage and their parents are not in the vehicle with them.
And if they're pulled over, will they be ticketed?
Yes. I mean, can be ticketed. I don't go at things with a heavy hand. However, we have given tickets to those who permit an unauthorized person to drive, and that happened just a few months ago. A grandmother allowed her, I believe it was 15-year-old, to ride the golf cart. They were taken home. She was cited with a $100 citation.
I understand your point about golf carts being small enough that you can go around. The problem with Bridge Street is the bridge itself, there is no room to go around. So, I mean, for the vast majority of the road, like that's true, but there is that one section, the bridge section, where there's, because of the bridge, there's no room to go around.
And then I would argue at that point, it's no different than people being patient and following the golf cart like we follow the farm implements.
There's a fairly wide shoulder on the bridge itself.
If you got a golf cart that's going 15 or 20 miles an hour and you're going 35 to 40 across there, you could come up and not see that golf cart in time.
I believe the golf carts have to go at least 20 miles an hour to be licensed, correct?
so yes.
That's what we just read. That's what was just read.
What's that?
It's, they've got, the minimum is 20.
Yeah, because I remember I was nervous when I got my permit because it's maybe 22, but I was like, I don't know, it's an older model, like, so I remember there is a minimum that you have to travel.
I believe the verbiage is a maximum speed greater than 20, but no greater than 25. And that's for the low speed vehicle. But I think there's also this distinction that there's two classifications. There's either a low speed or a non-highway vehicle. And I don't know what the rules are for that, but I guess I'm conflicted. I'll throw that out there. I feel sick that we didn't get to this point sooner, and there's now 30 people that have applied for these. And if this goes through, then that's, I feel sick about it. I really do, because I just wish we got to this point sooner. I see both sides of this. I do fear where the places are where they will have to merge into traffic, at least at 2 points on the stretch of road. And I can see that being very problematic. I can see we mitigated one hazard by lowering the speed, but then introduced a whole nother one. But I do believe that having a limited approach from our side on this is better. I want those folks to have the freedom. That's why I voted no to lowering the speed limit, because I trust people's judgment. I think they can regulate themselves that way, and I think it's the same case for the golf carts. I think people can use their best judgment to be safe with those.
One difference I see between farm machines and golf carts is the visibility factor. Like with farm machines, they're big. Carts, I mean, in the dark, it's hard to see them. They're small, they're narrow. I mean, I believe they have to have headlights, correct? And safety boosters, yes.
Same license.
Yes, but at the same time, it's when you're going 35 miles an hour and then, there's a golf cart, it's kind of hard to see them. And yes, people are responsible for themselves, and we have to trust the drivers. The thing I see about golf carts is the issue of kids, because a disproportionate number of injuries come from kids in the golf carts. And if you've seen one traumatic brain injury of a kid that was involved in a golf cart incident, that's one too many. And I've personally seen and witnessed that. And for that reason, I would, say for the safety of children, that I would be willing to limit drivers of the golf carts.
You saying limit the drivers of the golf cart?
Yeah, see that, like, that the drivers are saying, we take on the responsibility, like, you can't, make rules against, yes, but there are children involved.
There's maybe an argument that could be made that just having golf carts off our main arterial streets, because we already have that with 105. I mean, and if you look at 105 compared to the stretch of Bridge Street, if you just drop someone that had never been on that section of Bridge Street or dropped them over at Marion and 105, I mean, and asked them which one was a highway, they'd probably say Bridge Street was, because it looks like a highway through there. And there's environmental factors where people get up to speed. I know we just lowered it, but I've been through there several times. And I think some people haven't got the memo on the speed thing. So that has worried too, because now I get to that intersection and I can see oncoming traffic and they're going 35 to 50 miles an hour. It's hard to judge. And I get that's not really a logical argument, because it's wrong for them to be speeding, but it's another concern.
Anyone else? Roll call, please. Let's clarify this. If you vote no, right? If you vote no,
Correct.
then we're not voting
Prohibiting.
for prohibiting the golf cart. Okay.
Correct. Mr. Reed,
No.
Mr. Woodham,
No.
Mr. Carey,
Yes.
Ms. Lively,
Yes.
Ms. Yoon,
Yes.
Mr. Burris,
No.
Mr. Coon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you.
So if I can get clarification, what would you like me to do with those that have permits now?
They can still drive in their neighborhoods, but they just can't, now they're not allowed to go from Apple Tree to Bridge Street, down Bridge Street into regular town.
Are we giving refunds? Are we going to give them notice? How would the council like to proceed with that?
Were they required to have them before to drive in Bridge or in the Apple Tree neighborhood?
Permits, yes.
Didn't,
Because I just want to be ready when that question gets asked.
Did you?
And I want to be able to tell them, council said this.
I mean, I would, if they were supposed to have them to drive in Apple Tree, they're still required to have them in Apple Tree. Big concern is, I guess, if they bought a golf cart for the only sole purpose of getting in, now they're stuck with a golf cart that they have to sell. But you can assure them that they will be the only people at Oberheim Park watching the games from a golf cart. Everybody else will be ticketed for coming.
Don't you have to talk to the county on some of the people that were driving?
Is there going to be a thoroughfare from next to the library to the park so that they can take a golf cart there? Or would they have to come out to the highway?
They're going to have to
And-
trailer it into Oberheim. You can't take it on Old Route 47.
Right, so there's going to be like a drive where the library is to get into the park?
I don't think we paid for that part. That's not in the first part, or first portion.
Oh.
That might have been good to talk about before we voted.
There's going to be a pathway, I think, from Apple Tree into the park.
There will be,
I thought that was second.
it's second phase,
Second base.
but there will be a grassy area where they could,
Are they allowed to do that?
I mean, I would, similar to it right where currently where people would drive into Lodge Park or,
But I mean, are they allowed to drive on, I mean, I've got a ticket for parking on the grass, not here, but in my much younger days.
So there is a path in phase one that goes to the dead end of Orchard Lane. And it'll be mowed, and they can drive. No, that's for folks living in Apple Tree to access Oberheim Park with, mom and dad and a stroller. And then there's a grass field. You can drive your four-wheeler side by side or whatever you got registered legally with the police department. You just, like Alderman Woodham said, if you live on this side of the river, you can't go to Oberheim on your golf cart or ATV or side by side or whatever.
Wow.
So I guess the consensus is no returns on permits. Is that correct? Is that what I'm getting?
Is that a whole nother ordinance thing that we would have to deal with on permits?
I'm just looking for direction, because like I said, I know tomorrow morning I'm getting calls. So
I mean, I guess here's what I would say. I would be in favor of returning the fee. If their intent,
not gonna,
I'm going to sell my golf cart now because I bought a golf cart for the sole purpose of utilizing the town of Monticello. Now can't. I want my money back. I'd give it back.
And I feel sick about
again, sorry.
simply echoing what Woodham said.
And then what I will do is I will get city letterhead tomorrow morning and mail them notice.
Okay. Alderman's report. Mike, anything? Oh, sorry. Truth and taxation. Sorry about that. Thank you. Resolution 2025-75, Truth and Taxation Law Resolution. Terry, go ahead.
I'll keep it brief.
Okay, it's wrapped up in that one.
Every year we go through this, state statute establishes procedures and requirements for determining the amounts of money necessary to be raised from a property tax levy by a municipality. In accordance with the truth and taxation law, the city council must approve an estimated tax levy at least 20 days prior to adoption of the final levy. If the estimated property tax levy is less than 105% of the prior year's levy, the city would not be required to advertise its intent and hold a public hearing on the levy. City administration has estimated FY 2026 property tax levy to be $968,889, which is approximately 0.9% over the 2025's tax levy. FY 2026 tax levy ordinance will be placed on the December 8th, 2025 city council meeting. You have a draft copy of that for your review. As we progress forward with the FY 26 budget, we are tentatively going to be looking at December 8th for the FY 26 budget approval. As of right now, we have calculated this increase of 4.9% in the proposed budget in its draft form. It is recommended the city council discuss, establish the tax levy amount and approve resolution 2025-75 this evening, so we can make sure we get that 20-day advance and everything falls into place. So it's what we've done for many, many, many years. It does not go, you can go to your Pike County GIS and see your personal property, your property's tax bill. It does not increase 4.9%. We are simply asking for 4.9% more than last year. So if for round numbers, if we got $1 million, 4.9% last year, 4.9, we would ask for $1,049,000. So just a quick snippet on the 4.9%. That's all I have.
Thank you. Could I have a motion for resolution 2025-75, please?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion.
So, I mean, I think I bring this up every year. Why does it have to be the maximum 4.9%? Why couldn't we make it less? No, we can't make it more because
Here's why we can't make it less. Because every year we go through the year and we bump things up. Every year in the budget, let's spend a little more money on this. Well, if we don't do the 4.9%, it's not going to be there. If you want to do less or zero, that's going to cost down the road. We'll be at a point where we can't do more stuff because we didn't bring in more money.
I understand that, but every year it's the maximum.
Yes.
Is it?
No, it's not.
4.9%.
We could ask for a ton more money, but then we've got to,
that's right.
We've got to go out. Correct. So it's the safest amount. It's what we've done for years. If you don't want to do it, then you can get your votes now. That's how it works.
So I think too, and Terry, correct me if I'm wrong on this too, please. Let's just say again, you're asking for, our previous amount that we got was $1 million. And with the 4.9, we get another 49.5 or whatever, right? Let's say we were getting that $1 million off of 1,000 properties. And next year we have 1,100 properties, okay? So you're not getting, it's the whole pie.
I understand. I know how that works. I'm just against just putting it's just like a standard. We do 4.9 every year. It just doesn't seem like, we don't really justify it. We haven't, as a council, we haven't even seen next year's budget yet to know whether that's money that we need. So.
Overtime is going to run over into next year, so we're going to be in the red millions. Just FYI. Thank you.
I think it's part of being fiscally responsible to have it the 4.9% tax.
Yeah, and Mr. Reed's point, I mean, it's spread out over all those new homes. More to add to this, she does a great job explaining it. You're almost losing money. And our attorneys have spoke 2 or 3 times about those concerns. You don't do 4.9, you're losing money.
Based on the EAB in the community and the house that have grown, they recommend us to make more than 4.9%. We're losing money. We're less than what we should be doing. Our bond council shakes their head and saying we of why they're not asking for more, because people's property taxes for this city rate is going down because of our growth.
Oh. How much do they recommend?
I mean, told us we should have been at like 7 or 8% over the last few years, because if you look at the city tax rate and what we're collecting from the residents, it's less. Just because the other people are asking for more, our portion is actually less.
Anyone else? Roll call, please, Rob.
Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Woodham?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Lively?
Yes.
Ms. Yoon?
Yes.
Mr. Burris?
Yes.
Mr. Kuhn?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now, alternates. Mike, anything?
Uh,
Yes, thank you. Rodney?
No.
Elaine?
No.
No, sir. Ryan? Cole? Andrew?
No.
Chief?
Tomorrow we have the 3rd grade community field trip coming over. They're hitting the city building up, our building, Willow Tree, I believe the bank and the courthouse. There may be one other place. It's a lot of fun. The entire 3rd grade gets to come out. We have bags made up for them. We're delivering those tomorrow morning. We do have the Veterans Parade. I already spoke with Mr. Barr with them. We have everything set up for the evening of the 11th. And then city staff is getting together on November 13th. We've been heavy into the reunification and relocation drills with the schools. Just for a reminder, Monticello Christian is the reunification point for the entire Pike County school system. That's Monticello, DeLand, Weldon, BMET, Cerro Gordo, God forbid anybody else that would need it. So there are procedures that we have already set up that we've trained on once before, but obviously with other public works staff, we have a new public works director. We want to make sure everyone's on the same page. And God forbid we have to do a reunification, everyone knows their parts. We'll be doing that on November 13th here at 11.
Okay, thank you. City administrators report. Terry, have any?
Thank you. I would like to compliment Chief Ross and all those that developed that reunification plan. Mary Vogt was instrumental in that, and other area educators. And it's a tremendous plan. I was involved a smidge in it, but it is a great plan. Hopefully we never have to use it, but we'll know what we're doing if we do. So thank you. November 3rd, 6 p.m. Study session in here. November 3rd, 6 p.m. I think I sent out an email maybe last Tuesday or so. So that's next Monday. We'll have some sandwiches and stuff. Probably have those ready at 5:45 or so you can maybe get a quick bite and go through the budget. If we can get through all of it, so be it. If we can't, then we've got time to do more study sessions ahead of council approval of the budget later this year. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
I had one question, because I'm just going through the budget for the budget report. I noticed we haven't spent any money on the trail. Could you just give us an update where we are on the extension of the trail and things that we're doing to get that ready?
Hopefully we will, so that money was to buy rock, this year, coordinate with township on their motor grader and spread the rock. Guys have been busy on other projects. Hopefully we can still do it this year.
Okay.
You know, that's the plan. As, you know, every time we do a budget, there's usually more in there than we can physically get.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't,
We have to budget, so if we can get to it, we'll definitely get to it. So
I just wanted to get an update where we were on that.
Another update, subway parking lot, I don't know if you've driven by there, all the concrete's gone. Public Works Department did a great job removing all of that. There was a gas service line that was literally poured in the concrete slabs, so we pull a piece of concrete out and here comes a gas service line. It wasn't buried, it was laying on the ground at some point in time. They poured concrete over it and we found it last week.
Active?
Active. Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
So the guys put in a new water service line today. So I know A&R Mechanical was on site doing some grading work. So when it rains, tomorrow night, it's probably going to hinder operations there a little bit, but things are moving forward at Subway Brown Bag parking lot. Things are really coming along at Oberon Park. Tremendous work out there. Things are really starting to take shape. So if you ever want an update, if I remiss in not speaking about it, there's a lot of things going on and a lot of things happening here in town.
Thank you. Could I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.